All right, we're going to continue with our crew chief availabilities post-practice. We've now been joined by Alan Gustafson, the crew chief of the number 9 Chevrolet, driven by Chase Elliott for Hendrick Motorsports. We'll open for questions for Alan. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll work to get a mic to you, and we'll start up front with Jordan.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. Is there anything you do differently this weekend that you wouldn't do on a normal race weekend?
I mean, there's a little more detail to everything, a bit more communication. I think everybody's obviously the guys, everyone on the 9 team, and even everybody at HMS have a bit heightened intensity or sensitivity, or you're just trying to over communicate and try to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. I don't know that there's hey, we do this week and we don't the rest. It's just you try to do everything you normally do a little bit better.
All right, we'll go up front to Lee, please.
First of all, Jenna sends her regards. She said she was sorry she couldn't be here for you.
Man.
Your driver said yesterday that he didn't think he would have made it to the Final Four had it not been for winning the regular season. And, is that just a testament to how important it is to gain those points to, just kind of be consistently good throughout the whole season, not just the final 10 races?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's, you don't have to have them. But, yeah, I agree. We just haven't performed as well as we wanted to and had to fall back on them. And ideally, you want to run good enough to not need any bonus points and, make it through. But that's not always how it goes. So for us, we needed them. And I think that, it is representative of your entire season and the work you've done. And then you get, some payoff for that. And certainly we had to use it, which, we earned it. So it's, good for us that we had it.
All right, go ahead.
Jonathan Field, the racing experts. This weekend there's a different kind of resin patch on each side of the track. How did that kind of impact the changes you made, and what feedback did Chase give you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super surprised. Nobody was really up the track and wanting to, just because it's cool and everybody's on good tires and decent track position. So that may change. On Sunday, I think as you get into a run and you've got lap cars and guys get up the track and guys' cars start to drive worse, they'll see the lanes move around. I feel, for practice, as cool as it was and as good a tires people on, you're just kind of nailed to the bottom and the resin really doesn't come into play. So I do think it'll be a more significant impact on Sunday. For right now, I can't really give you much feedback on it. And, our car's decent. It's not perfect. I do feel like it's, competitive and we need to make it a little bit better. Some good attributes, some things we want to make better.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, just over here, Adam Carabine from RacingRefresh.com. I spoke with Chase earlier, and I asked him about the fact that he was actually the first-time winner here at Phoenix for the championship when it moved here. So you guys have been in this situation before, at this track before. He seemed to think that there's not a lot that he can carry from that will help him, but maybe could you speak to the crew chief perspective there and what that might bring for you as an advantage?
Yeah, any experience is valuable in my opinion. I think, maybe all of it doesn't correlate, but when you get to come race for a championship and it's been the same track obviously, but even before when it was Homestead, I think that you can draw some of your experiences and certainly, we've done it the last couple of years and we did some things well and did some things, not so well that we need to improve on. So I think all that certainly is good. It's good to have that experience. Now, is that the differentiator or is that what's going to set you apart? No, but it doesn't hurt.
All right, we're going to go to Zach, and we'll end with Dustin up front. Go ahead, Zach.
Zach Sterniel with Nascar.com. Alan, it's the same tire setup as was run at Richmond, New Hampshire, and Gateway. Did the past notes on this tire setup help you at all coming back to Phoenix here this weekend?
Well, it's just, not necessarily about those tracks. It's just about this track, really. I mean, we raced the same tire in the spring, so a bit what to expect. So, yeah, I think it's as similar as you're going to be able to get it. So that helps for sure.
And you alluded earlier to just how cool it was tonight in practice. What can translate from tonight that you can apply to Sunday? Obviously, you guys were quickest of the playoff cars on the long run or on a 10-lap average.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be night and day different. I do feel like the track is going to, have some tendencies as it rubbers in and you get cars on the track. So the grip's going to degrade. I think everybody's in the same boat. So, you can take, practice is valuable. It's a good thing. It's just not an exact representation, but I think we know enough that we should be able to get it pretty close and, close enough just to try to adapt.
All right, we'll take our final questions from Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Alan, with the rare opportunity to practice, now you've got all of tonight to think about things. Are you more focused about qualifying, or are you more attuned to thinking about race and what you're going to need there as opposed to one lap tomorrow?
Yeah, race for sure. Qualifying is great, but it doesn't pay the points, or you don't win the championship for qualifying first. So, to me, yeah, I'd love to qualify first. Great, but the top four are going to get the first four pit stalls. So pit pick isn't, you could be 20th and still get a really good stall. So I think qualifying's value is diminished in this format with the way the top four and fifth guy get to pick, and stage points are kind of irrelevant to all of us. So it's about race for us. Long story short.
How much with what you can do with the car and what you're limited in what you can and can't do? How much can you adjust, and how much can you make an impact on this car? How much faster can this be? How much can this car be better, or is it pretty much what you have is what you've got?
Are you referring to like what we practiced, or what we practiced to what we qualify?
What you practiced and for the race.
We can do. You could rebuild it. You could right now in this format. If you weren't very good and you wanted to change everything, or you had teammates you wanted to get like them or whatever it is, there's enough to completely change the car. Typically on a normal weekend where we have limited adjustment, no, but with the practice schedule and the ability to change the whole car, you can get from A to Z.
All right, Alan, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck this